Guys, the 2026 summer transfer window is not officially open just yet, but things have already started to happen everywhere. You can just tell that it's about to be one hell of a summer. But we're not saying this only because of the business that has happened all around Europe. There are more factors that are pointing to this being a truly historic summer, and we're so sure we won't be wrong. Why are we this confident in this window? You'll find out in this video today. This is why this could be the biggest transfer window of all time. First of all, it's a World Cup year, and you know that always adds a new layer to transfers. Players who were never on anyone's radar will start to be heavily chased because of their performances at the World Cup. And for those who were already being monitored by top clubs, their performances at the World Cup could cause their value to skyrocket, and that could produce new record transfers. But even without the World Cup, this window would still have been destined for greatness. If you've noticed, it appears that Barcelona have money this summer, and anytime the Blaugranas are rich, it's always going to be a really lit summer, because that's one team that likes to go for what they want and not let anyone stop them. The season only just ended a couple weeks ago, and Barcelona have already shown real interest in João Pedro, completed the signing of Anthony Gordon for 80 million euros, and sent in a 100 million euro bid for Julian Alvarez. They've shown that they are really in the mood this summer, so it's about to be a real movie. And they're not done just yet. They have also shown real interest in Bernardo Silva. They'll keep pushing for Alvarez. They still have to give a verdict on Rashford, and they'll likely also still go for a big defender. Barcelona alone can make this window very interesting. But with Barcelona and Real Madrid both being in the mood in the same summer, yeah, now that's historic. With Real Madrid coming off a terrible season and Perez having called an emergency election, he's desperate to get the fans and the stakeholders to fall in love with him again. And one way he knows how to do that is by signing big players. In fact, he has already made the promise that in addition to Konaté and Dumfries, he'll bring more big players to Real Madrid this summer. Another reason why this is looking like it's going to be the greatest window ever is because most top clubs will be heading into the new season with new coaches, and new coaches almost always require new players. Chelsea, Liverpool, Real Madrid, Napoli, Milan and Man City all change coaches this summer. And then the likes of Spurs and Man United have coaches who are entering their first transfer window and, therefore, will have to make big changes. Then you also have clubs like Bournemouth, Como and Crystal Palace who might not be really big clubs, but are entering the new season with Champions League or Europa League football to prepare for the first time in their history. So you'll expect them to make big moves as well. And in the case of Bournemouth and Palace, they're also changing coaches this summer. And it gets even more juicy, guys. There are more reasons this window will be great, but before we get to that, if you aren't yet subscribed to the channel, go do that right away so you never miss out on our amazing content. Done? Okay, now back to the video. Another reason we know this summer is about to be crazy is because a lot of top clubs either failed to reach their goals in the just concluded season. In fact, some just totally failed in every way. Real Madrid, Chelsea, Liverpool, AC Milan, Juventus and Spurs all had downright terrible seasons. And then guys like Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Man United and Man City didn't do so badly, but they didn't exactly achieve their biggest goals for the season. So all these clubs will be looking to make big investments in this window so they can be better prepared to fight for everything they want next season. And you know what else is pointing to this window being one for the books? The sheer number of quality players ready and available to move. There are some windows where it just feels like the best players are comfortable where they are, so not much happens in the market. Well, this is not one of those summers. This year we have a long list of high-quality players who have already said goodbye to their clubs. Mo Salah, Bernardo Silva, Robert Lewandowski, John Stones, Dusan Vlahovic, Dani Carvajal, David Alaba, Casemiro, Rafael Leão. These are some top players who have already said goodbye to their old clubs and are now looking to start a new chapter in their career. These are names that can absolutely dominate a window. Mind you, some of them have already found new clubs. Andy Robertson and Marcos Senesi have joined Spurs, while Ibrahima Konaté has joined Real Madrid. And then there are players who have not officially said goodbye, but have made it known within the club that they would like to leave. We're talking about players like Julian Alvarez, Gonçalo Ramos and Kang-in Lee. And there's that extra category of players who haven't asked to leave, nor have they officially said goodbye, but the rumours around them are just so strong that anything can happen. It's in this category that you'll find players like Bradley Barcola, Jared Bowen, Enzo Fernandez, as Marc Cucurella, Yan Diomande, Savinho, Josko Gvardiol, Elliot Anderson, Christian Romero, Mickey van der Ven, and more. These are players that look very likely to make big moves in this window, and we're pretty sure that a good number of them will go for big money too. And mind you, these are all two-way streets. As these players leave their clubs, those clubs will also have to go out and sign new replacements, making the summer an even busier one for all involved. But of course, transfer windows are not just about the exchange of money for players, they are also about storylines, and we're going to be seeing quite a few of those this summer, for sure. With Casemiro looking like he's on his way to Inter Miami, we're likely about to see another Real Madrid legend become teammates with Lionel Messi. Huge storyline. Marc Cucurella has been linked to Barcelona. If that happens, it'll see him return to his boyhood club. Huge storyline. There's also a huge likelihood that we'll be seeing moves between rival clubs. Alvarez might move to Barcelona. There are rumours linking Enzo Fernandez to Man City. And you know that Arsenal always like to buy from Chelsea, so you can never count them out of the fun. Now, mind you, all the things we've talked about in this video are things we can see coming. The ones that are quite easy to predict. But almost every transfer window throws us a curveball. There are surely going to be a few transfer bombshells that absolutely nobody saw coming. And those usually happen after major international tournaments. Remember that it was after the Euros and Copa America in 2021 that we were hit with the news that Cristiano Ronaldo would be returning to Man United after 9 years away, and that Lionel Messi would be leaving Barcelona after 23 years at the club. At the beginning of that summer, nobody could have predicted those two moves happening in that summer, but out of nowhere they did, and they went on to define the 2021 summer transfer window and make it one of the most memorable of all time. And the thing is, you never know in what shape or form the curveball is going to come. It could be a top player being shockingly chased out of the club like Donnarumma last summer. It could be a club blocking a player's dream move like Guehi also last summer. Basically, absolutely anything is possible, so just stay glued to your screens for updates. Finally, this already feels like it's going to be a really petty summer. We saw the whole thing Atleti did on Twitter in response to Barcelona showing interest in their star man Julian Alvarez. They announced the fake signings of Lamine Yamal, Pedri and Rafinha from Barcelona with the most ridiculous transfer offers, including Bad Bunny tickets, an ABC subscription and sunflower seeds. Super petty from the club's official account. We also saw what Chelsea posted on social media after Arsenal lost the Champions League final, urging fans to come and visit London's home of trophies, attaching pictures of the Champions League and the Club World Cup, two trophies Arsenal have never managed to win. All of this is already setting the pace for what is about to be a really petty, dramatic, suspenseful, crazy, shocking, and all-round historic transfer window, and we're absolutely here for it. Anyway, it is now time to hear from you guys. What do you think is going to be the biggest transfer this summer? Which move is going to dominate the window? Tell us what you think in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, turn on the bell notification so you never miss out on new content. Catch you in the next one. Bye!